time. On easel number 1, Heather Cargino. On easel number 2, Emily Joyce. On easel number 3, Haley Greenberg. On easel number 4, Deanna Chase. On easel number 5, Kristen Shire. And last but certainly not least, tonight's wild card artist, Marlena Burton. All right, we have 20 minutes on the clock. With your help again, Ottawa, from 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
let's race!
All right, let's paint. We are now starting our second round in Art Battle Ottawa. I believe that we are now at the easel of our wildcard artist, Marlena Burton. Definitely seeming way more prepared than most wildcard artists.
She showed up with her paintbrushes. That's how you know. That's how you know it's going to be a battle.
Did she really? That's awesome.
Honestly, I'm not sure, but it looks like a nice paintbrush. That's all I'm saying.
Here we have Heather Cargio, and Heather has painted quite a few times in Art Battle. I think that she's an established Ottawa all-star at this point, so really can't wait to see what she does.
Love the circle start. You know, the old Giotto circle, prove your worth as an artist right off the bat. But interesting to see where she goes from that.
And Emily Joyce, I believe.
Coming into a gradient, building in some tools to create a gradient, I think.
Lots of fearless brushwork off the bat in our first minute. Lots of kind of aggressive painting and lots of paint going down on the canvas.
Ooh, I love this. I love this palette. Careful, don't get muddy. But we got some kind of a fruit or an apple or a pumpkin here coming in.
It's definitely already a very stylized take. And I really appreciate that. It's a strong voice off the start. And Haley is actually only 18.
Wow.
And has recently started a painting business of her own, customizing shoes.
Oh, wow. Good for her. I love what she's got there. It's interesting. Clearly a very fast working artist, but nothing on the background. We still got a lot of white canvas back there. Interesting to see how she deals with that.
I actually kind of like the starkness of it. Here we are with Tiana Chase, and definitely starting off with a portrait. A little lower in the canvas compositionally than I think that we're used to seeing. And Kristen Shear here, and looks like we're getting that super satisfying tape pull very early on.
Love a good tape pull. I think more artists should do it. I mean, why not? You know, make that frame. And this is a very early tape pull, just like you said. Interesting. The very sparse elements she's left us with there. Curious to see where she goes with it.
And I got a little glimpse of her reference painting. And it's so completely different from the way that she's starting this. And so I'm really, really excited to see Kristen's technique. She's an artist that I saw her work initially and was like, how does she do that? So now we get to see how she does that.
It's a lot of fun, actually. The reference these days. It used to be you couldn't have a reference at Art Battle, and you know I still like it if an artist is doing it, you know, from their heads, from their mind's eye. But seeing the reference and knowing where the artist is going is another form of enjoyment in watching the creation. Love this.
Yeah, because you kind of get the opportunity to see what the translation is from reference to painting, and also all of the steps that are involved in getting to that final point.
Ooh, this is a fantastic pair.
So this was the evolution of the circle that Heather was initially putting down in our first minute there.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Great colors. Already an incredible shading on that. When you're doing a spherical object, and obviously artists spend a lot of time in their practice, at least early in their practice, with still life and sort of playing with light and shadow. Already there's such a great range in the light and shadow that we're seeing there. And she's got so much time left, so curious to see what happens.
And her arm is moving like double time. Like it looks like our camera is sped up as she's painting so quickly.
Fantastic.
Okay, Emily Joyce here, and we're now seeing the evolution of this gradient that we saw her laying down. She is fluffing in some clouds there.
Very fine brushwork there. I like that brush.
And I like the way that she is layering this white over top of the red, I think very purposefully over top of that wet paint, because she's really getting a lot of softness out of those clouds by applying it that way. Level of tech. And over with Haley again, and we are getting some of the answers to what you were wondering about with the negative space for Haley's fruit. Looks like she's surrounding it with even more kind of stylized elements with those curving
I love
lines.
it.
It's very trendy.
Yeah, it feels very 2023.
Well, she is 18, so she's on the pulse of what's cool.
She's a generation or two back from me, at least. So yeah, she's on the pulse. That's cool. I love it. That could be a great T-shirt.
Wow, this smearing technique from Tiana is really cool. It's not what I expected at all.
What I love about it is she's very effectively drying the initial work that she put on. And so it's almost like a bit of a dry brush technique where you have the ability then to put more paint on and not worry too much about having it bleed through. This is so far a pretty heavy finger painted piece. Love to see when that comes through successfully.
Sometimes I'm happy that we're getting this view here because I'm used to seeing finger painting, but often the finger painting isn't as mature as going from mixing to applying. You know, usually
the application is onto the canvas and then playing around on the canvas. But that paint mixing with the finger, I mean, there's no better brush than your own hand. You have infinite control.
Oh, I'm so happy about this. We're going to get this perfect moment of this blue going over top and just vibrating against the red here. I'm so excited.
Wow. The bones of this painting are so satisfying, especially. This is really the magic of Art Battle, is seeing it go. You know, we wouldn't have seen this. We wouldn't have seen this, and you'd never get the bones of this painting. Ooh, there goes that blue.
And you know me, I love a warm underpainting, and that was what I was thinking was going to be Kristen's modality, was doing totally warm toned canvas and then painting over top of it, but she's actually created all of these forms in red with a lot of negative space and then is painting the blue in the negative space. So totally different modality than I thought she was going to use.
Yeah.
So over here with Marlena, our wild card.
I can't believe she's a wild card.
I know. I'm really enjoying the daubiness of this. There's lots of like big daubs of paint that are really thick and sumptuous that are kind of, it reads like oil.
Yeah. Yeah, that painting's going on my auction radar for sure. Put a little mark on that one. Wildcard paintings often are quite a steal. That's a special piece. Look at this. Look at this. What a joke.
Yeah, Heather does. She's really well known for creating these whimsical little characters out of unexpected objects. So
interesting that she would have taken the time. I think she's going to cover it there at the bottom. She would have taken the time to draw the whole pair and then cover it with a knife or a cutting board or something like that. That can be a hard move to fully erase that.
What is it?
Yeah.
A bag? An apron?
I was thinking it was a charcuterie board.
A knife? Ooh, I think it's a knife.
Yeah.
Is it a murderous pair?
All right. 10 votes for murder pair. Okay.
Some cool stuff going on from Emily. This piece is definitely taking a turn that I totally didn't expect. I thought we were going to be getting more of a classical landscape, but now we actually have the silhouette of a figure gazing through a window.
It's so funny, and like with just a few strokes, it has gone Japanese. You know, it like that sort of square window thing makes you think of sort of the rice paper walls, and then something about the hair like the short, dark bunned hair, and of course the wispy strokes there are very evocative of common pictures of like the Mount Fuji picture. So curious to see how much that comes through.
Yeah, such a great point that even just a few brush marks can really translate into a totally different style.
I can't believe we have dueling fruits. We have murder pear and happy peach over here. No, it's a tomato. Those are tomato leaves up there. I know.
Still a fruit. Still a fruit.
It is a fruit. It is a fruit. We wouldn't put it in a fruit salad.
And he's just chilling.
Chilling. Very adult lips on this baby tomato.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
The energy in this piece from Tiana is really, really interesting. We're getting this aggressive brushwork and then very kind of angular, stylized points of contrast and shadow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's almost got a bit of a Moses vibe. Sort of these
Yes.
like pieces,
Yeah, I can see that.
pieces of painting, you know, sort of assembled. Very cool.
And when we say Moses, we're referring to the Art Battle Canada national champion, Moses Sallyhoo.
Yes, that is true. Not parting the Red Seas, but our cool artist guy, Moses.
Just loving this. Loving it. I'm so happy.
These colors are so satisfying. The way that it's kind of like, it's like, what do we call that? It's hued to the white on both of these colors. It's sort of desaturated from the sort of purest blue and purest red. Is so satisfying. I love this painting.
Yeah, it's just like one step over in terms of tonality.
Yeah.
So it's not as aggressive as you would necessarily think for your cones and rods perceiving the color. And you're still able to look at it directly, but it has that level of tension still that makes it a little bit uncomfortable, but that's the energy that is so exciting about it.
Yeah, and the way that it's mixed, there's also a lot of variation in the blue in particular. There's sort of a darker blue and a lighter blue, but it's still so close that, oh my God, look at our wild card here.
I know, Marlena really getting the establishment of movement in this river.
She's got eight minutes left, and she's already signed her painting.
Love it.
I love it. Okay, Marlena, I truly am heading over to do a little auction bidding here. You can too. Head over to artbattle.com/AB2428 for Ottawa, or artbattle.com/events for all of the 3 events we have going on tonight. Oh my God!
It's a keyboard.
No, not only that, it's a famous keyboard. It's a oh man, what's that called? I'll get back to you on that, but it's like a particularly notable, like early 90s, like handheld keyboard. So we have.
I feel like I want to ask Heather if she's a Weird Al fan.
I don't think we need to ask.
This piece is so much fun. And there's also some really interesting color components that are here as well.
Love it. Yeah, it might be an avocado. We were saying it was a pear, but now I'm getting avocado vibes from it somehow.
Oh my gosh, look at the lower lid that's coming up and giving it that different attitude. It might be that we have to come back around and see that. Oh, no, we're getting it.
Sad avocado keyboardist.
Yeah, Heather's doing such a great job of really stylizing this piece. So whimsical, this piece.
Really something. Really something.
And from Emily here, we now have the addition of a feline friend. And for me, actually, my favorite part of this piece is the addition of this mug. It just makes me feel like this piece is real and so much more relatable.
Right. It's a photo of a casual moment rather than a staged. Is that cat?
I think it is a cat.
It's a woman and a cat chilling looking out the window,
Having a coffee.
having a coffee.
I really like it.
And I love the huge black bar, the window frame proper on the left side there. That's such
Yeah.
an interesting balance element to balance out the figure on the right. Man, I think Gina might be bidding on that one. She's a bit of a cat fan. Might come through on some Gina bids there.
So now we've got more pattern. Okay, so the lines are vines.
The lines are vines. Yeah.
So now they make sense in terms of the story.
It's Joseph and the Technicolor tomato. Amazing.
This piece is a lot of fun. I think that we're going to see more of Haley this season for sure. So moving over to Tiana and seeing how she's continuing to hone this piece. With 5 minutes left on the clock, I would love to see something moving into the negative space around this portrait.
Yeah. And I think that would be possible, but I think that she's going to continue to sort of expand. Well, here I should just do it right there. Yeah, good call.
And again, back with Kristen, just loving this, having so much fun watching her create this.
Oh, we're getting warmed up in Jackson, Michigan. That's our next round. Following this one, immediately following this one, we have Jackson, Michigan coming in for their round.
So much fun that we get to see so many artists painting tonight.
36 artists.
Yeah, we have 36 artists, and plus the final rounds.
Right.
So we have 48 paintings that are happening tonight.
Holy.
That's on the screen.
I hope nothing breaks.
And so we have 48 paintings happening on the stream tonight. And we also have a fourth event in Vancouver. So
Yeah, you can actually vote and bid on that one too. If you're so inclined. You don't have to see the live stream, but you can still buy their paint. Oh my god, I'm in love with this little guy.
her eyebrows are so fun. Look at his pants.
Oh, look at his pants.
It is a pear because we have the little the stick at the top.
It's down, yeah, exactly. Rather than the nub or whatever.
It's so silly, but I love it so much.
It's very adorable. It's very adorable. I don't know. Hard to resist that one.
And the highlighting points that Emily has put on here, I like that she's being so sparing. I just want her to stop though. I want her to leave it and just step away from the easel.
Yeah, just sign in the bottom right with that same yellow and get out of there.
Yeah, that's the danger of the final 3 minutes. I think that the 3 minute is probably the highest risk part of the whole thing.